I did mention earlier this about the government wanting to give us some cash, up to 20 grand to renovate our homes. Sounds fantastic, doesn't it? This is all part of the construction stimulus package, and the government is supposed to unveil the exact details tomorrow. So there's not a whole lot of detail yet, but there is enough to know that there's a catch. We're being told that the reno will have to be worth probably a minimum of $100,000 to be eligible for that grant. There's even a suggestion it'll be means tested. Joining us now is the CEO of the Master Builders Association of Victoria, Rebecca Casson. Good morning.
Good morning, Tony. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm going well, thanks. Well, on face value, this looks great.
Yes, we certainly understand that there's a possible announcement by the federal government. This might be imminent, and there's a wide range of measures that Master Builders is asking for, which includes renovations, new homes, grants, and links to social housing as well. So as part of that, there are definitely opportunities to explore, and we understand that there's a possibility it could be means tested. So we're looking forward to seeing the details coming through as soon as possible.
It really does narrow the field, doesn't it, in terms of those who are eligible for it? Because if it's means tested, it's a reno that's got to be worth more than $100,000. It's it's not available to everyone.
Well, whilst we can't speculate about the details, what must be remembered is that these types of stimulus are important for small mum and dad builders. These builders are the lifeblood of our economy, and we need to support them. And frankly, they're just not able to get into the commercial sector. And so we've asked for this type of stimulus to support them in their work. And the renovation and the home builders grant is one area of that as well. So that bit is really important.
How tough are they doing it at the moment, the tradies? And the mum and dad builders, as you put it?
Yeah, our industry does need support to keep people in jobs rather than being forced into unemployment. There is a pipeline issue, and it's really important to understand that our sector provides 45% of our state tax revenue. And so therefore, for every dollar spent by the government on these types of stimulus measures will generate more than twice that in economic activity. So the reality is that the pipeline is a problem, and what's been called the valley of death. It's also been shown that in previous downturns it takes 4 times longer for our industry to recover than the rest of the economy. And we know that from the last recession, the building construction industry was the last industry to be impacted, but took longer to recover. In fact, 4 times longer to recover than the rest of the economy. So we've got one member that reported their pipeline going from 18 months to 3 weeks. So people are starting to do it tough out there.
So are you finding also that because there is a real drought in terms of work which is coming their way, that the tradies are quoting a hell of a lot less than what they normally would?
There are some examples of that project pipeline and quotes not coming through. There's also some instances where people have been working remotely and have been doing some renovation works and getting that all locked away. So we're not so much concerned about what's happening now. What we're actually concerned about is when we face that massive decline of forward contracts that, as I've said, have been described as the valley of death, which potentially could come a bit later on. So every day that we don't have stimulus going forward is a day that we face that problem moving forward, and we definitely need that stimulus to be able to recover.
This is probably a difficult question for you, but again, it's hypothetical. But if it is that minimum 100,000 and it is means tested and it does narrow the field, is that ideal? Could have been lower than that?
Well, it's obviously speculation at the moment as to whether or not that is the case, or whether there's a
Let's assume it is.
or
Let's assume
minimum.
it is.
Then the reality is that we do need a certain level of investment, and it's got to be worthwhile, and it's got to be at that higher level. So a project of that nature doesn't just affect the builder, it also affects the supply chain. So when you have a renovation of that magnitude, that might be open to a range of people, we're very hopeful that will have a knock-on effect into the further supply chain. So we do know that there are people out there, because our members have been working with them, that have got those types of resources available to them and are just holding off at the moment, waiting for this type of stimulus measure before they can actually make that investment. So
sorry, go on.
We don't believe that will be a problem, but we do understand that might limit some individuals.
All right, well, let's keep our fingers crossed that whatever transpires from this package when it's released benefits both tradie and homeowner. So, Rebecca, nice to talk to you and good luck.
Well, the most important thing to ask Tony is always ask the question, is your builder a master builder?